Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss our chapter for grade 9th, working of institutions. In earlier chapters, we have discussed, students, the mechanism of elections through which we elect our representatives and our leaders. And now these leaders, students, they have to work within certain rules and regulations. So it means they have to work with the institutions and within the institutions. So certain procedures are there, certain arrangements, certain rules and regulations are there which these representatives need to follow. So now these institutions, the political institutions, these institutions, they are working. We will see in this chapter, that is how the major policy decisions are taken, how the framing of laws are done, how the policies they are implemented, how the justice is provided to the people, how the conflicts are resolved in the democracy or the democratic setup. So this we are going to study in this chapter, and the chapter starts with the major policy decision, how major policy decisions are taken. So let's see the case of office memorandum. So the office memorandum, one office memorandum was issued in August 1990. So what is the office memorandum? Basically, it is the order which has been issued by the government of India. Now, what was there in this order and by whom it was issued? So in August 1990, students, the 13 August to be very precise, was the date when this order office memorandum was issued. So in your NCERT, the date is also written, that is 13 August, students, and 1990, this office memorandum was issued. Now it was issued, this office memorandum, students, it was issued by Joint Secretary, Department of Personnel Training and Public Grievances Training. So this was the department, that is the Joint Secretary. He was the Department of the Personnel, Public Grievances and Training under the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pension. So this civil servant has issued this order on behalf of the government. Now this was issued by Joint Secretary. Now what was there in this order? So here the 27 reservation in the jobs was given to SEBC category, socially and educationally backward communities. So to them, the government has given 27% reservation in the jobs. So this was the office memorandum which was issued, and it was issued by the Joint Secretary. Now we have to see from where this office memorandum came. So here basically we have to understand the Mandal Commission. It was the commission which was set up, or it was formulated, or it was formed in the year 1979, and it was headed by BP Mandal, and this was set up in order to identify the criteria for socially and educationally backward communities. And then this commission, it submitted its report in 1980s with certain recommendation regarding the upliftment of these backward communities. So in one of the recommendation, many recommendations this commission has given, submitted the complete detailed report also in 1980 to the parliament. And in that, one of the recommendation was the 27% of reservation in the government job should be given to this socially and educationally backward communities. So this was Mandal Commission, and why it was appointed and what was the recommendation. So you can see this office memorandum has its roots from the Mandal Commission. So after the issuing of this order, the protest started. After some months, the protest started in the country. So many arguments were given by the people, because only the people who belong to this category will be having the reservations. According in that, 27% reservation will be given to those person only who will be having this SCBC status to. So to them only this reservation will be given, and other people, they can't compete for this quota. So this was mandatory, and this was regulated by the government. So now the protest started. The arguments were given that since these people still they are backward, they are not having that much good chance to come into the government job. So in order to uplift them, certain opportunities, certain fair share should be given to them, equality, in order to bring the equality in the society. So they need to be uplifted, and it's very essential to bring them to the mainstream India, because since they are the marginalized section of our society. Then after that we have seen the other people. They were also giving the arguments that what is the fault of the students who are having the merit, or those who are very academically they are very brilliant, then they will be denied the fair share, they will not be getting these reservations, and then they will also deny their fair share in the job opportunities of the government. So these were the arguments which were given. Some were protesting against it, and many were in fact protesting against it, and counter protest was also there. So now in this case, who were the decision makers, students? So here we have to see. So obviously the person, the joint secretary, the civil servant who issued this order, he was not the decision maker. He was just executing the work given to him by the other executives like prime minister, council of minister, and the president. So here the role of the parliament is very important. So we have seen the president, he made the address in the parliament, both the houses, regarding the intention of the government to go for the recommendations of the Mandal Commission. Then in 1989 then came the Lok Sabha elections, and then at that time the Janata Party made the promise that if we will come to power, we will implement the recommendations of the Mandal Commission. And in 1990, students, Janata Party do form the government, and the Prime Minister VP Singh, he implemented the Mandal Commission recommendation, after which the protest started. This I have told you. So we have seen the role of president. He made an address in the parliament. The discussion of the report is also done in the parliament. Then the prime minister also informed both the houses of the parliament that they are going to implement the recommendations. So we have seen this was the role of the parliament, the parliamentary discussions. They put the pressure on the prime minister. Prime minister was enjoying the majority support in the parliament. So that's why it was possible for them to go for this kind of policy decision, and they implemented the Mandal Commission recommendation. Protest started. So many people, many students from good families, they were on the roads. They locked the schools and the colleges and the academic institutions, because they thought their future is in quite danger, quite dark. The government, due to these recommendations of the government is not catering to their needs. So that's why a lot of protests started, and people started filing the petition against the government. And Indra Sani, one such lawyer, also combined all these cases and filed the case against the Union Government of India, or the Union government, against this quota, which was reservation, which was given to the SC BC. So now the panels were constituted, the Supreme Court judges, many panels, 3 judge panel, then 5 it was, then 9 member, then 11 members. So they have given their final verdict that whatever government has done, it is fair, but government need to amend its order. So here what was the amendment? That some well-off section of the society from this 27% of quota should be removed. That is, the section which is well-off, they should be removed. So that is how the protest was settled down, when this amendment was made in the order. So this was how the office memorandum created the protest, and this is how the policy decisions are taken, and we have seen who were the decision makers also.